Toastmaster Alisha, the seventh day Toastmaster Alisha.
Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. I hope that you're having a lovely time back home because being back home recently gave me a chance to dig through some CDs that I had collected over the years. But I stumbled upon one, an old CD with no cover on it, but a black bold marker has which I used to write Karate Kid, the Karate Kid, the movie that had me in a chokehold. Not the original one, mind you. I am talking about the one that starred Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. The one that convinced an entire generation that one song and a slow motion montage, we too could master the art of martial arts. Well, it stands false given that I still can't win a fight against the mosquitoes in my room with an army full of all out products, but hey, that's not what I'm here to talk about. This movie did not have me hooked because of the cinematics or the Great Wall of China, the song filmed on it, or the fighting scenes or the slow motion punches, but this one particular scene that is set during Tanabata, the Japanese Star Festival. The festival follows an achingly beautiful story. Long, long ago, in the abyss of the universe, in the heavens above, lived the Sky King and his daughter Orihime, the Weaver Princess. She weaved with a thread of starlight for the gods beside the heavens river, the Milky Way, but she could not weave love into her loneliness. On the other side of the river lived Hikoboshi, a humble cowherd who guided his oxen across the heavens, also tied by time, was alone. The Sky King pitied his beloved daughter and arranged her to marry this noble man. Hopelessly and entirely in love, the pair started neglecting their duties, and heaven was in a chaos. A chaos awoke across the river. The gods were complaining, the gods were angry, and the Sky King, furious, vanished. Banished the lovers, parted them away to the either sides of the heavens river. Orime's heartbreak reduced her to tears every day. The king could not bear to see the pain. At last, he was a father, and she was his daughter. So one fine day, he declared that sorry, every year, on the seventh day of the seventh lunar month, the celestial magpie would spread its wings for Orihime to cross the river if the skies were clear. The condition was that if the sky was clear, if it were to rain, if the skies were cloudy, it meant another year of wait, anguish, pain, and the anticipation for them to reunite. The obvious meaning leads us to the conclusion that love needs balance of sorts. But the undertones hold a deeper meaning that not every separation is a punishment, but a reminder of love that exists, that needs patience and love. For me, my seventh day came quietly, in form of a flight back home. I have been a story collector. I collect stories from all the people I meet, be it my friends, be it my professors, be it these random people I meet in coffee shops. But the past years, I have collected stories which take me back to the pain that I have felt. Stories that don't fit into photographs, but are stitched into the fabric of my everyday life. The stories of late night talks that stretch to sunrise, of shared tiffin box, and on budget rager parties where the music competed with the laughter. I remember how hard it was to pack my life in a few boxes and a suitcase, thank you to the airline baggage weight restrictions. And I had to say goodbye to friends and people that I call family, leaving behind my trinkets full of inside jokes, favorite corners of the school, my favorite cafes, the walls that absorbed the chaos and our calm. I had to say goodbye to them. I was separated from them, which is the reality for all of us over here. Because one day, you were me. You all too packed your bags. brought them with you to the university. When university happened, suddenly everything was unfamiliar. The walls, the faces, the pace, even the air of the city felt alienating. It felt like life had snatched all the joy and sealed it in a box labeled past. But here's the thing about boxes, everyone: you can open them whenever you want. You can call that old friend at 2 a.m. in the night and dissect the same school gossip for the hundredth time like it's 2019. You can rewatch a childhood movie, find yourself crying at the same parts. You can walk through a new city and hear a song that takes you back to your old room, and in that moment, you're home. Separation is not an end. It is a reminder. It is an invitation to remember, to reconnect, to rediscover the depth of what we once had. It's like that wave of memories that crashes over you when you least expected. A scent, a song, a street name. Separation is the catalyst in the reaction of reminders. In the quiet of unfamiliar hostel nights, between the noise of new city and silent bus stops, sits a whisper. You were loved, and you still are. And how beautiful is that our lives are dotted with reminders of love, not just romantic, but the kind that comes from friendships, shared rooms, stolen fries, exam panic breakdowns. So if you're like me and find yourself sometimes aching for what was, not knowing how lucky you are, because those who have this ache have truly loved and have been loved. As the summer break rolled in, I was scattered again. We all were scattered again. Maybe this time I looked back with gratitude and not sorrow. For the boxes full of memories, for the stars that aligned, even for a brief moment, and for the quiet promise that no matter how far the heavens stretch, how uncertain the abyss is, there will always be a seventh day with the clear sky. A moment, a message, a memory that brings us back. Thank you.